Tyson, a lot of people look at his last couple of performances and say there's very little that he can improve upon. You obviously see him day in, day out when you're in the gym. What areas do you look at that you'd like to still see more from him?
For me, I like to see more power still. I like power. If he can go out there and just take one punch and get it over with, hey, that's excitement. People, as much as people would get tired of seeing it, they would love it at first, and then they would get tired of seeing it. The same way they did with Mike Tyson. At some point, when people were tired of seeing Mike Tyson knock people out, they wanted to go longer. They wanted to be interesting, and that time came. But up until then, that just creates so much excitement for boxing. One of the things I always say, and I'm going to keep saying it, the heavyweight division runs boxing, period.
Those are the words of Sugar Hill, as you heard him state that he would like to see more power from Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, we heard him make the analogy, the comparison to Mike Tyson on how people were tired of Mike Tyson knocking people out, and let me counterpunch that. I would disagree. I don't think people got tired of that. I think people got tired of Mike knocking people out so early when you go to take a piss and you come back, the fight's over. Those are the type of things that people used to complain about, but knockouts are not the thing that people complain about. Now, as far as Sugar Hill wanting more knockouts, well, I thought Tyson Fury is supposed to already have one punch knockout power. Do you guys remember that? When he was in the press conference stating that, hey, now Tyson Fury has one punch knockout power. I've seen it. Right? And I think that was defending the narrative that he was cheating, that he had no punching power, that he was a feather duster. So I think he said that at that time because he wanted to show everybody that Tyson Fury wasn't cheating, that Tyson Fury, in fact, did have punching power, which everybody saw on the night. That was true. He had punching power. He knocked out Deontay Wilder. It just took him many punches to do it. Now, I'm going to say this. If that's his only deal with Tyson Fury, if that's all he wants from him, I think that Javon Sugar Hill needs to take another look. Okay? Tyson Fury hasn't been in there with everyone. He hasn't been in there with certain fighters that I think is going to give him trouble. He hasn't been in there with the Joshuas. He sparred with the Whites. He ain't fought Dillian White. He's never fought Usyk or sparred with Usyk or anything like that. He's been with Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. Right? So, as far as other styles, yeah, I mean, if you want to, Otto Wylien, he has a different style on top of, like Derek Chisora, which he's already fought him twice. But other than that, he is not that versatile as far as experience goes. He took a little time off to get himself back together, but he had one of the biggest upsets around at the time. He upset Vlad. He didn't give Vlad that rematch. We know about that thing. But the thing is, back to Sugar Hill, if he wants him to become a bigger puncher, one knockout puncher, he's looking at the wrong thing. I think if anything that he should want from Tyson Fury is to be in better condition. Not to let things come into his life and then lie about how good a shape he's in, right? And then you see him fight Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder, now let's look at what I'm saying. If Wilder was in better shape, that fight would have probably been a different outcome. I'm going to say that one more time. If Wilder was in better shape, that fight could have been a different outcome. Why? Because Tyson Fury wasn't in the best shape. He admitted it after that. Yes, he has punching power, so why would you want him to have better punching power? The thing is to get him more focused, to get him in better conditioning. Okay? His condition has to be on the tip-top fighting guys like Usyk, even Joshua. Because those guys are not going to come in there fighting Fury like they did in their fights. I know Joshua won't. Okay? But him saying, hey, I would want more knockout power from him, he already has that. One punch knockout power, he doesn't have that. He's not a Mike Tyson, as we know. Okay, why do you think he got that reputation of becoming or being called a pillow puncher? Because of the way he did fight. He's not known for a knockout artist. He's just known to knock out a guy that was a knockout artist, and his name was Deontay Wilder. Nothing more, nothing less, people. So I think what Sugar Hill wants, I think he needs to focus on other things, because those other things are more reasonable and much more realistic. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Sugar Hill stating that he would like to see more power from Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.